Good morning. This is Alexander Huang. I'm the Regional Marketing Manager of Lifetech in Europe. Thanks for the invitation from Intermedia. I'm very glad to give the introduction of our company and the product portfolio. Lifetech is a company that grew very rapidly. We were founded in 2015 in Shenzhen. Within 7 years, we already have more than 500 employees. 3 product lines include FFR, EVERS, and Microcatheter, as well as the corresponding patents. Here shows our historical milestone. From 2015 to now, we have gotten different certificates and markers for our products and established 3 GMP facilities for production. At a glance of our company, we have developed the first and only domestically FFR system, as well as the first to complete EVERS clinical trial in China. In our further product portfolio, we focused on coronary artery disease, including FFR, EVERS, Microcatheter, and IVL, intravascular lithotripsy. Peripheral artery disease also includes peripheral EVERS, Microcatheter, and IVL system, as well as atrial fibrillation treatments include PFA, ICE, and a real-time mapping system. In the following slides, I'd like to show the details of FFR products and give a brief introduction to our EVERS and Microcatheter. Let's have an introduction to traditional pressure wear first. The main part is the pressure sensor and the hollow stainless hybrid tube. It has 3 drawbacks shown here. The first is the palm manipulation because of the heavy tip and the hollow metal tube. The second drawback is that the traditional pressure wear requires repeatedly exchange of guide wire during the PCI procedure, which costs a lot of time. Thirdly, it is easy to drift, for it needs frequent disconnection and reconnection of the connector during the procedure. To solve the problems of the traditional pressure wire-based FFR, we have developed TruePhysio rapid exchange pressure microcatheter, a kind of microcatheter-based FFR technology, and the console Vivocardio CPM system. This slide shows the structure of our pressure microcatheter. The rapid exchange length, which is 260 millimeter, and distal mean diameter, which is 0.0205 inch, can help it go in and out on guide wire rapidly and save the operation time. The tip to sensor distance is only 25 millimeter, which means a really short blind section. The sensor is between 2 markers. These 2 marker bands can help the operator identify the location more specific and easily. And the 1.5 meter working length provides enough work distance and space. In the following slides, I'll focus on 2 significant advantages of our pressure microcatheter. The first is efficient manipulation, and the second is accurate measurements. As for efficient manipulation, the rapid exchange design provides freedom of guide wire selection and compatibility with any 0.014 inch guide wire. As shown in the video demos, I will show the video demos here. As shown in the video demos, the pressure microcatheter can rapidly go in and out on guide wire for different vessels conditions, including tortuous vessels, tandem, diffuse, fractional lesions, and multivessel disease. It can be used just like the way of bottom catheter, pushed and withdrawn similarly along the guide wire, which means a short learning curve for operators. Our pressure microcatheter is also designed for pullback and post-PCR assessment. Guide-wire position can be maintained during pullback. There is no need for rewire after stent implantation. Here is a case of post-PCR assessment. The left part is the basic information of the case. This case shows a post-CTO measurement with zero drift. Comments from Dr. Valenta are positive. TruePhysio pressure microcatheter could successfully pass the lesion even in complex PCR and stent. She also looking forward to using our Everest and microcatheter products. As for acute measurement, because we have an integration design for catheter with cable, there is no need for disconnection and reconnection, which decreases drift magnitude and frequency of clinically significant drift. Especially for CDS, there is nearly a half decrease. With the case MEMS patent, our pressure sensor is accurate and reliable. Our pressure microcatheter has an ultra-thin profile in lesion 0.0205 inch diameter, guarantees the excellent crossability with accurate and reliable measurements. The dual marker design, as I mentioned before, allows for the accurate location of the sensor. Here shows the VivoCardio CPM system, the console. We can see the catheter port, PA in and PA out port, which are easy to connect. The USB port is convenient to export data for later review. The console provides automatic data recovery in case of an accidental power outage for up to 5 minutes. It also has a 4 GB storage capacity, which can store 1,000 recordings for 1,000 hours. On the software interface, we can find the PA and PD pressure line. The FFR or CRR results are also very clear to read. The unique software design automatically pops the next step during procedures. We also provide offline data analysis software, allowing for offline review of the data. You might have noticed that there is a CRR button. It can help us to change FFR to the CRR model, which does not need to induce the hyperemic drug, for example, adenosine or ATP. Here shows the workflow comparison of FFR and CRR. For CRR, it does not need to prepare adenosine or ATP, as well no need to induce hyperemia. It can save the operation time and avoid side effect. Our CRR methods also get a very good performance in clinical. Here is an article published on EuroPCR 2020. In summary, our TruePhysio pressure microcatheter is compatible with all 0.014 inch guide wire. TruePhysio can smoothly go through different kinds of lesions with less drift after FFR measurement. I'd like to introduce some clinical cases of our products. The first case in Belgium multivessel disease is from Professor Barney. He is one of the FFR inverters. In this case, we can see 5 FFR measurements, including 5 pullbacks with the same microcatheter over the workhouse wires. Our TruePhysio pressure microcatheter is very flexible to perform very many measurements during these relatively complex procedures. And here is the first case in Belgium from Professor Babato. He is the EAPCI president-elect now and will be the president next month. In this case, the measurement was conducted very smoothly in a very tight calcified mid-LAD lesion by using our TruePhysio pressure microcatheter with no drift occurrence. Again, no drift here. Here is the first case in Spain from Professor Microcatheter. He's the editor-in-chief of PCI Online. In this case, TruePhysio could easily pass anatomy with an accurate angle only in seconds. However, for a pressure wire, it may take 10 to 15 minutes. The pullback and post-PCI measurements were conducted very easily and swiftly. So here again, very excellent performance in pullback and post-PCI measurements. And here is the first case in Germany from Dr. Pudak. In this case, he ranked #1 by himself for us when we invited him to have a group photo. We are inspired by his high comments of excellent crossability, easy and swiftly measurements, and again, zero drift here. After the introduction of our TruePhysio and Microcatheter FFR and CLR system, I'd like to introduce the EVERS and Microcatheter briefly. Here shows our Heart EVERS console and drawback system. Here are two videos of the 40 MHz and 60 MHz image. Our EVERS image clearly identifies breccias, calcifications, and fibrous plaques. For calcified plaque brighter than adventition on the EVERS. For fibrous plaque brightness on the EVERS is close to that of the adventition. For calcified nodules, irregular calcified masses protruding from the luminal surface with posterior echo attenuation on the EVERS. At 60 MHz, the tissue structure is clear and the intimal border of the plaque is better defined. Again, allowing clearly identification of calcifications here. Compared with Boston Scientific and Philips, we have high resolution with faster imaging speed and better efficiency, which reduces the patient's risk of suffering from ischemia and radiation, as well as shorter operation time, avoiding multi-time operations. And here is about TrueCross microcatheter. With the design of PTFE inner layer, flat spring cord plus mesh braided intermediate frame layer, as well as the total 9 segments tube outer layer with different hardness polymer. Our microcatheter provides tempered no profile tip, excellent crossability, outstanding support, as well as superior kink resistance. And here shows excellent crossability in antegrade and retrograde. This is the end of the introduction. Thanks for your attention. If there is any need for further discussion, please feel free to contact us. So is there any questions about our company and our product portfolio?
Thank you, Alexander, for a detailed presentation. I'm sure there will be some questions. So the floor is open to you, or to all of you attendees, guys, and all of you guys that want to ask a question.
Thank you, Alexander. It was very insightful. And let me ask you, what's your competitive positioning? You know, if you would give us better clearance, you know, how you compare with your key competitors?
So our key competitors, for example, is Abbott and Philips in the FFR region, in the FFR area. Let me show you the slides.
And if you would say in one sentence, say what are the critical differentiation compared to those players?
Okay, no problem. The key difference is that they are based on the traditional pressure wire technology, but we are based on the microcatheter technology. So our technology can be used with all the point or 1 4-inch guide wire and provide less drift and smoothly go to the lesions. But for the traditional pressure wear, they have poor manipulation and they need repeat operation and they are easy to drift. So this is our key advantages.
Very clear. Thank you.
So do you have any other questions about our products?
Hi, Alexander. This is Oliver. Nice to meet you. Question: do you have any specific areas where you're still looking for partners?
Yes. We are looking for partners on FFR, EVAS, and Microcatheter.
And geographical areas, I mean?
Yes. Specific
countries. Are you already represented in specific countries in Europe?
Specific country in Europe. Now we have many partners in countries in Europe. For example, Germany, Poland, Netherlands, and so on. But because as you know, we are a very rapidly development company. We are still found partners to expand the influence of our products and help us to sell the products to the hospitals in different countries in Europe.
Okay, thank you.